Double impact? Double trouble? Double Eddie Murphy? Gag me with a spoon. This is Jackie.
So wrong, it says Hillary was president and Trump had a successful real estate company. I'm Justin.
Hey, Eddie Murphy, you should make a couple more clones so you can go fuck yourself a lot. All the time. Like, all of the times.
Bam!
This is Pluto Nash, and I'm Sam, and I'm sorry. This is Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No!
It stinks.
Stinker Madness.
Hello, welcome to a very special post-Labor Day episode of Stinker Madness, because I'm going to let everybody know that it's Sunday in our past world that you're listening to, and we're drinking a little, and I'm not going to edit tomorrow. It's not going to happen. It's Labor Day. I shouldn't be laboring on editing. So happy Tuesday to you.
Yeah, and this, for longtime fans of the show, this is the one we get drunk on every year.
Yeah, this is very true. We just keep drinking.
Yeah.
What are you gentlemen drinking?
I'm having some Franzia.
Yeah. We were definitely about to crush the blush.
Right.
But then we ran into a refreshing white. So we're having a little bit of a refresh sesh.
A refresh sesh.
We're having a little refresh sesh with some refreshing white, and I will tell you it is quite refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing. It's almost 100 degrees here today.
Yeah,
and
it's
so drinking booze or heavy beer is not going to happen. You pretty much, when it's 100 degrees, you kind of just have to drink Franzia with a lot of ice in it.
With a lot of ice in it,
That's your lot in life is Franzia.
We're just taking the playbook from soccer moms everywhere, and we are gonna crush some blush.
Yeah, we'll have a little.
It's gonna
happen. Blush crushing later. Jackie, how's your bevy?
Well, I am not trashy like you two assholes.
Hey.
I'm drinking spiked seltzer water.
I am pretty sure rich people drink box wine too.
You're like, I'm not like you guys, your soccer mom. I'm like Uptown soccer mom.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
I'm the Land Rover soccer mom.
Yeah.
Right. So there we are. The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Wait, no, there weren't any
I didn't
adventures.
see any adventures.
There could have been only one adventure. I don't know that I would classify it as that. There definitely wasn't multiple adventures.
Did Buckaroo Banzai have adventures, or was it just the adventure of Buckaroo Banzai?
Buckaroo Banzai was supposed to be a series, though, so that was the first of many adventures.
Okay. All right.
And there was an adventure there.
What about that other one with Fred Ward that you like that I can never remember?
Oh, like Remo Wilson, The Adventure Begins.
See, that's singular. That's singular.
And that's why it's good. It's not, you're like, oh my God, the adventure has begun.
Right. I think The Adventures is a symptom of greater problems that this movie suffers from.
Sure.
That we'll get into later. But Sam, why don't you tell us everything you care to tell us about Pluto Nash?
Director Ron Underwood and Eddie Murphy did not get along, which caused Eddie Murphy to run amok on the set and just rewrite things and just demand longer shoots. It went over budget, it went over schedule, it went over everything.
I think it went over budget by about $100 million.
That was what it cost.
Right.
Not really.
So
that's not even
over
I'm gonna
budget.
Actually tell you that it actually cost more.
The budget should have been $0
because it got worse.
Okay.
So anyway, Ron Underwood had successfully helmed Tremors and City Slickers.
Tremors is a fantastic movie. City
Yeah.
Slickers,
And,
okay. It's fine.
Most everybody kind of survives this to an extent, other than Eddie Murphy.
Right.
And the writer Neil Cuthbert was our second time on the show because he also wrote Return of Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
He
that
wrote
wasn't very
this.
good.
Return of Swamp Thing is the one, Jackie. Remember the Wynorski movie with Heather Locklear that's hilarious?
Oh, yep, I'm thinking of something else. Okay, never mind.
First Swamp Thing that was boring.
It had that booby lady in it, though.
Adrienne Barbeau, yeah. He also wrote Mystery Men, which I like. I don't love. I like.
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
This is it. After this, and there was like 20 people that got involved in writing. He was the only dumbass that put his name on it, and now he doesn't have a career anymore.
Way to go.
Oh, that sucks.
It kind of sucks.
Speaking of people who wouldn't put their name on it, Alec Baldwin refused credit. That's why he wasn't in the credits, because he's like, don't fucking put my name on that.
God, you kind of just, like, it's so weird when he shows up and you're like, Alec Baldwin?
Because you want it to be now where you can't tell, like, Billy has become Alec too.
Right.
But this is 2002. Billy Baldwin is still Billy Baldwin. You're like, no, that's Alec Baldwin.
Oh, Alec.
And this is the lowest point probably in Alec Baldwin's
I would
career.
say, yeah.
And he's refusing credit.
Yeah, right.
Well, and it was kind of sad for me to watch him in this movie because, you know, he's such a charming, you know, he's a fucking awesome son of a bitch.
He's an American treasure.
He's an American treasure.
He's fucking awesome, right? So I'm not going to say anything bad about him. But then to watch him push somebody down the stairs was pretty fucking funny.
Pretty funny. I think Alec Baldwin's pushed a few people down the stairs in real life.
Alec Baldwin is genuinely funny in his short spot, and Jay Moore gets close a couple of times.
Right, yeah. And Jay Moore's a very funny guy.
Jay Moore is a very funny guy.
He never kind of got the deal he deserves, but if you ever watch his stand-up, it is shit your pants funny.
He was singing, too. That was his voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay Moore is a genuinely super talented dude, and just never quite became super guy. I don't think he cares. He guessed for Roman now, and he seems to be pretty happy.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, he's just not he's just right below that ultra handsome that would have skyrocketed his career.
Yeah,
he's a good-looking guy, but he just doesn't have the Alec Baldwin looks.
Well, no, of course not. Nobody does. But he does fall into that weird, there's no niche that he can fill in anything. He's just a roundabout talented guy with no real thing.
He's like a Hollywood Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, right.
And because of that, and what's weird is that also that he didn't like become the king of budget shit, right? Because he was always in between. He was always doing these sort of parts, kicked around on Saturday Night Live for a while, always right on the edge where it was like, well, no, I'm not going to embrace being a B-movie superstar. I'll just keep trying this A-lister stuff, and then it never quite breaks in.
And hanging out with my pals.
And just being Jay Moore and being like, oh, fuck it, I'm playing with house money. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are his pals?
Pretty much everybody.
Oh, so he's one
Jay
of those
Moore's friends with fucking everybody.
So he's one of those just super nice guys.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
The original rough cut of this film was 3 hours long.
Oh my god! Maybe there was adventures.
What this caused is that they spent $100 million on this, and I don't think that they were supposed to. They're probably only supposed to spend about 60. The Murphy monster turns it into, and he's since like dialed it back, and he's realized I got out of control. That movie was me out of control. I'll never do that again. Well, too late. I mean, it's taking almost 20 years to get back into movies because of how much of a monster you were on this set. But all they can do is bring in their best editor to see what can happen. And he's like, we can take it to 90 minutes, but we need to do reshoots. They're like, we're not reshooting any of it. They were ready to just pull the plug on $100 million.
Oh, absolutely.
And so Murphy wasn't. So he financed the reshoots that are not factored into the budget of this film. So this cost more than $100 million.
Holy shit.
To do the
some
reshoots.
Of it his money.
Of his money.
Because he thought it was good.
So I don't know if it's just me, but I have never liked Eddie Murphy.
Coming to America. You are very wrong about that, Jackie.
I do like Coming to America.
Everybody loves Coming to America. It's a fantastic, funny movie.
But I don't like him in anything else. I don't like when he's like a yeller.
Yeah, he's a yeller.
And I hate that.
Which is weird because his breakout role, I mean, other than 48 Hours, but his big, like, I'm Hollywood gold now, is obviously Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
And he's very subdued in Beverly Hills Cop. Axel Foley's kind of a quiet guy. He lets his gun do all the talking.
Yeah, and this movie is like him trying to be both Beverly Hills Cop and the Nutty Professor.
Right.
And it's like, wow, that doesn't work at all.
It doesn't.
At all. Anyway, this movie returned $4 million. I thought it was less than that.
Oh, so it did make some money.
No.
It lost 96 plus.
And then
never mind. I thought it cost $100 million.
They claim they only spent $20 million marketing this, but I remember commercials.
Oh yeah. There was a tie-in with the Pizza Huts.
Yeah.
It had the get your plastic mug filled with soda and take it home, Pluto Nash, all that shit. I thought that there was even going to be like a fucking ride. A space ride at one of the big amusement parks, like Six Flags or something. There was money thrown at this thing.
And it was on the shelf for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Right. Which is insane in itself because he's still Eddie Murphy. If you shelf an Eddie Murphy film, maybe it should stay shelved. Like it never should have happened.
Yeah. You're talking about a guy that, like, Christmas with the Clumps made money.
Right.
If you're worried about something with him in it at this point, it must be real bad.
It must be real bad. And turns out it
was
is.
real bad.
Even Pizza Hut didn't want to be part of it because they had a specific scene where the guy gets pizza out of a machine, right? And it's not even a Pizza Hut machine.
Yeah.
Like Pizza Hut, like, fuck that, no.
Taco Bell was doing the spike in the football there with Demolition Man, and Pizza Hut's like, dude, we'll sell your cups, but do not say our name in the movie.
No.
Yeah, we don't want a Pizza Hut machine in this moon world.
Only the one that I saw that I caught that, like, made it through in terms of product placement that, like, was a brand that still existed was Smart Water, which had to be on the very front end of them.
Yeah.
So
and
they're like
Chrysler. The car was a Chrysler DeSoto.
Yeah, Chrysler. Look at them go.
Right. Yeah. Chrysler, the superior company that got bought by Mercedes and is only now Dodge's, basically.
Yeah, Chrysler didn't make it.
No. Okay. All right. Yep. There might have been some other stuff in some of the cityscape shots that I couldn't be bothered with.
Well, they did do a shout out to the very first motion picture with the moon with the thing in its eye.
Oh, that's not the first motion picture,
just
but yeah,
the first
A Trip to the Moon by
Millier.
Millier, yeah.
And what is the
Fan
first
fucking
edited American picture is what that is.
Fantastic movie. If you've never seen Trip to the Moon, why do you listen to this show? Anyways, what else you got, Sam?
Oh, that's about the size of that.
Okay.
I mean, I talk about the actors, but I mean, like, what am I going to say? Rosario Dawson gives me a huge boner.
Yeah, she's really hot.
She's as close to perfect as they get.
Randy motherfucking Quaid.
Where are we at on him? What is his deal? What's going on with that guy?
Did we find like you mean like what Randy's up to currently, other than being fucking batshit crazy?
I was wondering if he was still held up in Canada, going bonkers.
Yeah, no, he has basically threatened to burn the entire country to the ground. Like he has full on gone Kaczynski, but because he's Randy Quaid, it's kind of like, man, you're just so cute, even though you want to be the Unabomber. I mean, you're so cute.
You're so funny, and thank God you're shitty at making bombs.
Right?
You can't even, all thumbs when it comes to that bomb making, thank God.
Yeah, I love Randy, even though he's a psychopath.
He was great in this movie.
Great?
He's
I
better
liked
than
his,
everybody else.
I liked his character more than I liked anybody else's.
Oh, I did not. We got Joey Pants. Joey Pants
is in there, yeah.
Pantaleone. Louise Guzman.
This is early for Guzman.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. Peter Boyle, James Rebhorn, Burt Young. I think that's. Oh, Pam Grier. Yeah, Pam Grier stops in for about 2 seconds, and so does John Cleese. Mm-hmm. And John Cleese was awful.
He wasn't awful. He was John Cleese.
The script was terrible.
The script was terrible.
Yeah. So cast of thousands, and. I mean, I guess there's not really any, so a lot of these people, where's their career gonna go? I mean, Peter Boyle, this is gonna fuck up Peter Boyle's career. I mean, like, it's not like Peter Boyle's, Hollywood royalty. He's a really good actor.
He dies like right after.
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
And he was in Everybody Loves Raymond was sort of his swan song.
Right. Joey Pants. Where's his career gonna go?
Yeah, it's like
I'm still gonna be Joey Pants tomorrow.
Like Hollywood can get together and blackball. We're gonna blackball Joey Pants. Like, we need a slimy snitch. Shit, we gotta call Joey Pants. I just blackballed him 20 seconds ago, and I'm already. I gotta get Pants on the phone right now.
You'll never work in this town again until this afternoon. Because we need you.
Okay. What are you doing next week as well? I mean, actually, I got a pile of stuff here.
But Joey, in between these two shots, you'll never work in this town again.
I'm sorry.
No, there's not a lot of people whose career could be fucked up because even Rosario Dawson, this is early in her thing.
Kinda. She'd already done 7 movies at this point.
7 movies, yeah, but nothing blockbuster. This is probably her first. Oh
no, He Got Game was her first big. Kids was a huge deal.
It's a huge deal as far as the independent film circuit. It's not like it was fucking shown at Cineplex Odeon. No. It's in the same block as Independence Day. Go fuck yourself.
I know, but she was in He Got Game before this as well,
which is still also an October release.
It did well for a move It did well for any movie for its budget, right?
Sure,
And
but
it was,
she's not. She can't go. She's not getting autographs asked for. Who's Rosario Dawson? This is pretty early in her career, I think, dude.
again, with people that didn't quite make it, for somebody as stunningly beautiful and talented as her, she never really got superstar.
Not superstar. She's but she's her star is better than Eddie Murphy's at this point.
She had to be in Netflix original programming.
She was also in Pursuit of Happiness, which was a really big fucking deal.
That was a good movie. She's been in some really good stuff.
Sin City, obviously, big fucking deal, even though some of us don't like it very much. But big deal. I think she's doing okay. I think
she does fine, but she doesn't like superstar.
Yeah, right. But yeah, she is pretty. The scene where he's like, "Yeah, we need to make your ass bigger." It is like,
No,
Murphy,
get somebody else.
did you ever look at Rosario
You should
Dawson's
check at
butt?
Rosario Dawson's ass. It's basically perfect.
Yeah, it's don't touch that.
Yeah, no, don't touch
and also
any of
don't
it.
touch that, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Randy Quaid is probably gonna touch it, but he's so weird that I guess it's still sexual assault, but no one cares.
Do I tell Randy Quaid not to sexually assault me because I am scared of him?
So glad he's bad at making bombs.
Could we get his brother to touch my butt? But man, good God. Anyways, Jackie, what do you got on this? How is the costume? You want to have some costume talk?
No.
No.
I mean, the changing of the spacesuits was like, oh, and in this scene, she's got a brown spacesuit, and then in the next scene, she's got a purple spacesuit on. So there wasn't a whole lot of consistency there.
You think, like, with all the glitz and glamour around the production design of this movie, even though it's not very good, but it's elaborate, you think they would have done something with those spacesuits, like make them cool. And they didn't.
Well, I like how it's supposed to be like, hey, bring a spacesuit for my friend, but it fits her perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Make sure it's got a very large cavity in the chest because there's going to be something very large in there.
Go grab one of those spacesuits off the rack D. Maybe two of those. There's three of them, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess that's costume talk with Jackie.
It just goes back to Rosario Dawson being hot.
Right.
And really, the costumes were shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, why does everything in the future, I'm going to go back to this, is a shithole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in the future is a shithole.
Right.
Oh, we're going to have a movie about the future. So now we're all on the moon. And instead of,
why are they on the moon?
Doing something nice there, it's just a fucking rat hole.
What the fuck is up with the moon?
Why is it even in the future?
Is it in the future? Why is it anything?
This is a 20s gangster speakeasy script.
Right, it is.
But it's on the moon.
In the future.
In the future.
Everybody synchronized dances. They just shove their arms out.
Ah, yes, the hand stabbing dance.
Yeah, I guess because the script is so thin and crappy, they had to look over here, look over here, look over here. Don't pay attention to how you can't care about anything that's happening.
And then let's spend $100 million on some of the clunkiest art design I've ever seen in my life.
When we could have just years ago said, this is a nothing script. Why? Who would want to make this movie? There's nothing here.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
I think the nicest thing about the entire movie for me was that they had colored guns, which were kind of cool.
Yeah, the gun design wasn't bad. I didn't mind those.
They didn't fuck. The art department got one thing almost right.
Yeah.
I think they looked a little too plastic. But
Too plastic, but I would still if I found one of those while walking around in Fallout 4, I'd be like, cool gun. I'm going to blow some guys away with this thing.
I kind of want to accuse them of just being dart guns that they found at the dollar store.
Nerfs.
That oh, those look all right because they didn't do it. They found them.
Right. I do believe one of the other failed marketing schemes was the Nerf Pluto gun. Nerf was apologized immediately afterwards for sponsoring the Pluto Nash movie. Nerf guns.
And then it was just Pluto Nash was the target for all of the dartboards.
All right, are we ready to get into
gotta
whatever the plot of this thing is?
Talk about this movie, I suppose.
Yeah, it starts out, it takes place in little America that is on the moon.
Sure.
It starts out in the year 2080, so not the future. I mean,
first scene is
a little behind on this.
2079, but then the rest of the movie takes place in 2085.
Yeah, so
I guess.
And here's the thing. This movie is already foreshadowing itself in the very first shot that we get. It's an outhouse with a construction worker guy coming out of it after he's just taken a huge shit. So, and then we drive right into Little America, which is also a shithole.
Yeah, Pluto Nash is a con man, would you say? Or
He's
a
a
smuggler.
smuggler.
He's a smuggler who just got out of jail.
Just got out of prison.
That much I do know.
And the very first place he goes to is this really shitty shithole bar.
Yeah.
Where Jay Moore is playing a character by the name of Anthony Frykowski, the Scottish crooner.
Yeah.
Frykowski.
I don't know.
Frykowski.
It does any ski.
The Scotsman.
I-N-Y that's not from Scotland. And I don't even know what he's doing. He's got an accordion, which is more of an Italian gig anyway.
I believe the Frykowskis were a part of the Robert the Bruce family. They split off and became Polish.
Sure.
It's a storied Scottish family.
Became the sausage kings of Northern Europe.
Right.
But I mean, he's got the full kit on.
Yeah, he's dressed like a total Scotsman. I mean,
right down to the, yeah.
Is he wearing underwear? Who cares? If you wear a kilt on the moon, what are the odds that everybody's going to see your ding dong because of anti-gravity?
It's not anti-gravity. It's just not as much gravity. The clothes are still going to go down. You're not going to float around.
If you say you say you're only wearing a kilt and you jump from the lunar lander, like you jump, there's nothing going to blow your skirt up.
Well, if you jump from anything, even with gravity, the skirt's going to pop up and hit you in the head, and then everybody's going to be like, look at that ding-a-ling.
Yeah, and then it's just going to stay up.
No, it's not.
Object in motion.
It's wind resistance and gravity. It'll maybe go down. It's going to go down still.
Wants to stay at rest? The skirt?
The skirt.
Where
Like,
it was
the moon's gravity's like, yes, Justin, you can see the balls forever. Is that what you want to hear? It's not true, but...
A trip to the moon and some crotch.
Well, if he was smart, he would put weights in the bottom of his kilt. And that would keep him from having a ball flashing accident.
There you go, Jackie. We've solved the science of ding-dongs.
You've solved that gravity is still gravity with gravity. Just make the kilt heavier. But wait, I thought there was no gravity, but there is. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's get away from dog.
Well, he sings this terrible song about digging up his grandpa so that some rich guy can have a toilet put into his house. I'm like, what?
That sounds like a pretty good song to me.
So they dug him up and they put a sewer pipe where he used to slave. That's my really crappy Scottish singing.
I liked the lyrics to this song.
It was funny.
That he made it up himself because it was funny. If it would have been written by the writers of the film, it wouldn't have been. But it was, guys, you can't rest even when you're dead if you have this bad of luck.
Right. So Pluto's like, dude, what are you doing being Anthony Frykowski, the Scotsman? If you want to be a crooner, you got to be an Italian guy. So change your name to Tony Francis and do that.
Never trust a man with two first names. Unless he's a singer. Then two first names is great.
Francis can be a last name.
Well,
sure.
He looks pretty disappointed in this scene. It was really heart-wrenching for this character to hear that an Irish crooner was not a real thing and that he was going to have to change his name. But he seems to take to it pretty good.
Oh, there's lots of Irish crooners. What's your boy? Michael Bublé. He's not Italian. He's Irish.
Is he?
Yeah.
Bublé sounds French to me.
It's made up, Sam. He is also Tony Francis.
Tony Francis.
This movie does predict Michael Bublé.
Oh. Well, either way, he gives him a beer that's got lipstick on the glass, and it's just like they're trying to showcase just what a shithole this place all is.
Pluto goes into the bathroom, and it looks like a scene out of fucking Street Trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
But some mobsters come in, and Tony Francis, back in the day, borrowed $2.5 million from the mob and never paid them off. So they're going to pour battery acid down his mug and roast his tummy.
Yep, they're officially counting. They're putting this one on the books as a loss, and they're going to rub him out.
Yep. And then, I guess, burn the club down, and I don't know.
Sell it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, like, if he dies in there, doesn't that make the property value go down? Because then there's a fucking spooky ghost that lives there.
Maybe there's a non-spooky ghost disclosure form that you can fill out when you're selling real estate on the moon. Like, did anybody become a spooky ghost in here? And you just say no.
You know what? I think that's what happens. Is does anybody become a spooky ghost in here? And they're like, did you see anything, Tony? I didn't see anything. You see something? No.
Well, the only thing we
and
know...
then a bottle of scotch drifts across the bar.
They don't see that either.
I didn't see it.
There's nothing.
The only
just
thing
happens here.
The only thing we know about real estate on the moon is that Trump is able to do business on there, so we know it's got to be shady as fuck.
Yeah.
They're loosey-goosey with the old regulations.
I guess they have bankruptcy there, too.
The moon is bankrupt.
The moon has bankruptcy.
I'm just good at it by being bankrupt. So Pluto knows these guys, or these guys know of Pluto. He did some time with one of the guy's brothers or some shit like that.
Yeah, cheese sticks or something like that.
Yeah, so they're like,
Billy Cheesecake or some bullshit.
Hey, Pluto, you're a great guy. We love you. And he's like, okay, well, stop trying to kill my friend. Here's $2.5 million, and now I own the club. And
no, he says that he'll take the loan.
He'll assume...
Which is $2.5 million, Jackie.
He doesn't have the money. He said, I'll clean this place up and then pay you back when it starts making money.
That's not how the mob works. Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds good.
They decide to do it.
We were going to kill a guy just a second ago, but yeah, we can live on this loan for another, 10 years? Sure. Yeah.
About 5. Because he's raking in the cash for the next time we see him.
Right.
That's knife hand dancing.
Knife hand dancing. Yeah, the club is super successful in the future.
Oh, yeah. Hottest club on the moon.
And it's clean.
I think that they're not doing the slash hand dance. They're doing the neutron dance. Because it's space, science, neutron dance. Also on the...
Because making stabbing motions with your hands is neutrons. Only if you go like this. Pew!
I'm just doing the neutron dance. On the Beverly Hills soundtrack.
Yeah,
Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack.
Sure.
That's what I was going for.
But did they do hand stabbing motions?
The Pointer Sisters? The Pointer Sisters were known for their hand stabbing.
I'm pretty
dancing.
sure that the Pointer Sisters are in
and
Rosario
Dawson's
shirt.
They're literally called Pointer Sisters. That's how they do it. They're pointing with their hands.
Oh my god. Why don't you just tell the Ewok joke?
Yeah.
How did Luke get across to Endor when his speeder broke down?
Ewok.
I need to get better at the Price is Right. The
We should just have a button that I can push for whammies every time any of us tell a joke.
This whole podcast is press your luck. We're all going, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
No, I'm just like, I have a whammy lever. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not getting no whammies, so I better get them all.
Give me the whammies. Okay, so Rosario Dawson comes in, and she is also friends, or the daughter of one of his friends.
She's an illegal alien there.
Yeah.
Well, it's
doesn't
space.
even have a moon visa.
It's space. Everybody's an alien, Jackie.
No.
Okay.
She's an illegal moon alien.
Whammied.
Joe.
She's lost her moon permit.
Okay. All right. So
the moon card.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is a moon card?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you later. Usually it involves an expired visa in my ass. Because check the credit, and then there's...
Dude, I thought I hit a whammy.
Yeah, and then you
just...
gotta check your crater.
Man, you...
Check the crater?
King whammy.
That's your butthole.
Oh, God.
I mean, this is worse than Ewok, dude. This is worse than Ewok.
I've been drinking.
Yeah. Well, hey. So, hopefully people listening are. Okay, so, she's like, I need a job so I can get back to Earth. I'm a singer. I'm a dancer. I'm Tony Danza. Look at me. I'm a boxer. And he's like, no, you get to be a waitress because you're smolderingly hot. And why wouldn't I want you? I'd rather have a fucking DJ. What the fuck, man? Nobody wants a DJ.
Well, DJ doesn't get drunk and fall off the stage every night.
I was making a pretty strong judgment call about Rosario Dawson's character.
Dude, after the first 3 months, she's going to start drinking at the bar, harassing the customers.
No,
I've seen this before.
Yeah, that's Christina Aguilera, not Rosario Dawson.
She's going to hook up with the guy from last week's podcast and get his GHB and try to rape him.
Guy from last week's podcast. Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte.
I once invited Rosario Dawson in my dumpster, and she told me to go fuck myself. So I did.
Yeah.
In my dumpster. Want to come over?
Yeah, Nick Nolte, when he DJs a party, he gets shit-faced, falls over, and the last 3 songs are just him pushing a fart button. just kind of like giggling to himself.
I never knew life could be so amazing.
If I was a DJ, I'd totally throw a fart in there every once in a while. Could you imagine that? Some hot girl walks by and you're like, pfft. And then you point at her like, oh, that was gross, lady.
Like, did you guys ever see that Dave Chappelle Lost Episodes thing where the DJ is like, yo, man, Tupac died this like 8 years ago today, and so I want to release some unheard Tupac. This guy was really ahead of his time, and so there's like Tupac comes out and starts rapping and saying all this stuff about the future, and then it eventually gets like he was too ahead of his time. Like he's talking about the people on the dance floor, like that lady's got a stain on the back of her shirt. Is it doo-doo? Hilarious. All right, anyways. So he's like, okay, you get to be a waitress. Joey Pants comes in, and he's a tough for some other mobster guy that is a real estate mob dude. He comes in, takes over places, and wants to build a giant casino on top of where the club is.
So, and this is kind of weird. Like the hairstyling on this guy is super fucked up because he looks like he has hair from a surfer guy in California, not a wise guy.
Yeah.
And it's all fluffy and flowing, and you're like, what?
Oh, you can't stop Joey Pants' hair, Jax.
You could slick that shit back.
No. Then you'd be detracting from the visage of Joey.
I don't know. He looked like a beach bum that just stole his dad's suit.
He looks like Joey Pants.
I think it's funny that you're making commentary on what Joey Pantalone looks like when standing next to him is a goddamn freak of fucking nature.
I've seen this guy in some other stuff. I just can't remember what he's in.
Victor Vernado.
But he's always a strong hand.
He is a weird looking dude.
Yep.
Yeah, he would make a good serial killer, like on a series.
Yeah.
You know, and you could just make it about how he's an albino and
right. Well, maybe we
freaks
don't
him out.
Maybe we don't want to lump albinos who probably have a real hard time fitting into society, and then just suddenly labeling them as psycho killers.
I think he's buddies with Murphy because he's a comic.
Okay.
But yeah, he's legally blind and he's an albino.
Oh, he's legally blind too. Wow.
Yeah. Did you notice his eye kind of kept flickering?
Yeah. He's got a weird eye.
He can see, but it's legally he's not able to drive cars or anything like that,
or avoid walking into walls.
That's funny.
That's what makes him such a great comic when he gets up on stage and trips.
He just fucking walks into shit and he's like, "This is my whole act, my horrible life. You guys are dicks."
There's nothing funnier than when somebody falls down.
That's what Sam Kinnison's entire shtick was.
Oh,
his
God damn
horrible life.
You're just joining us. Welcome to the wine episode. Happens annually.
My life sucks. That's Sam Kinnison. Okay, anyways. So he offers him $10 million for the club, and Pluto's like, go fuck yourself. And all right, well, that's not the last you've heard of me, Buster. But then the guy that's weird looking threatens like to beat up Pluto, and in walks his bodyguard, a robot by the name of Bruno, who is Randy Quaid.
It's too bad Bruno wasn't on Mars.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Bruno Mars.
Oh, shit.
That's another prediction
Whammy.
in this movie.
Except for it was off. I mean, I guess,
off.
it's just right there with Hillary and Trump. So, yeah, Bruno Moon. Later that night, Rosario Dawson comes in with, she's bringing him his...
Miguel Nunez Jr., who probably gets left most his character probably ends up on the cutting room floor more than anybody, sends her up as part of the new girl routine.
Right.
She's like, this isn't the new girl thing, is? And like, yeah, it is.
It's totally.
It's like, oh, no, he's totally the sweetest man ever. And she comes up and he's like, oh, I'm just a good boss.
Now,
Here's my pee-pee.
pull on this. Pull on it.
Well,
Yeah.
and
It works better if you pull on it with your mouth.
And it's so weird because he's just making martinis in his mouth with vermouth and vodka, and then shoves an olive in there and eats it. And I'm like, really? You're fucking rich. You can't get yourself a goddamn glass? And like your friend could not have put one on the thing for you?
Clearly doesn't enjoy it.
No, he doesn't.
He's like, this is gross.
He makes he makes a lemon face.
Yeah. They have some dialogue. Who cares? A bomb goes off though and blows up the club. I guess Joey Pants left it or something.
Yeah. And this is the second time. Like the first time that you go, you're trying to see these flying cars that have been cleverly obstructed by the opening credits, and you're like, this shit costs $100 million. Those look really bad. This explosion is one of the worst looking explosions
really bad.
I've ever seen.
It's really bad. Yeah.
Well, and I'd just like to point out that it didn't blow up the floor, but it decimated everything else in the bar.
Right.
These people would have been dead as fuck.
Yeah.
No, explosions in buildings that blow up buildings kill people.
Yeah, I mean,
just ask Randy Quaid.
They just fucking lay on the floor like, oh, are you okay? And, she's like, I don't know, how's your wiener? I might have bitten it off in the explosion.
She's like, blah, oh.
Oh, no, that was an accident.
Yep.
That's what you get, fuckface.
Looks like calamari.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Not that much of it, though.
We're going to have to share.
It's lean meat. Okay, so they run outside. They're okay. They run outside, but there's another hitman outside who shoots at Pluto. She pushes him out of the way, and he goes and chases after this guy. Bruno and her overhear a phone call that sends them to a place where this guy's leading Pluto to set up another hit or something. I don't fucking know.
We're missing the best thing that happens in this, and there's a robot rickshaw.
That's the best thing.
Oh my God, this was so funny.
Was it?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But I have a whammy joke that I'm about to tell. You would name your kid Rick if your last name was Shaw.
Uh-huh.
And then when he'd introduce himself, hi, I'm Rick Shaw, people would just jump on his back. Been saving that for 2 hours.
Oh.
I thought that the robot continuing to pedal in the street was pretty great when he was on his back like a tortoise. I'm like, So he's just always in the sitting position, and that's just what he does.
And his legs never stop moving. Yeah.
Why would you have a human robot instead of a self-driving rickshaw? Why would you even have a rickshaw?
Why would you even have a rickshaw?
Hi, I'm Rickshaw. Hey, get off me. I need to go over there, Rickshaw. Up to! Yaw! Yaw, human man, yaw!
And I wonder if he's just so beaten down at that point, he just starts giving rides to people.
By the time you're 16, that's all you do.
Fuck it, I'll just go with it. My lot in life the die has been cast. So Pluto gets into this other building, tackles his would-be assassin, and other assassins come in, and they're like, no, we don't care, shoot the hostage, blah, blah, blah.
They don't come in, they just are in shots all of a sudden.
Right.
This gunfight is no angles, no nothing. You can't tell how many people he's fighting against. Some of them die, some of them come back, but there's just guys in shots with guns, and you never really know where any of it's coming from.
And Rosario Dawson and Bruno, I don't know what Rosario Dawson's character's name is. Did a very poor job of divulging that.
Becky.
Yeah, she was like, my eyes are up here, Sam, and I was like, what? God, your eyes are beautiful, but Jesus, those tits are amazing.
I don't care what I look at you.
I have to leave for like 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Better make it 2.
No, it's going to be 3, but it's going to happen 4 times.
What's going to happen?
Nothing.
So don't come in here.
Lock the door then.
So they blow all these guys away. They get away. They go to this motel to get a motel room and stay there, and because they don't have a home, I guess, or whatever.
I think he lives at the club.
I think he does too, and I think she does. She's been a street dweller apparently this whole time.
She doesn't have a place.
Yeah,
fucking street dweller. Okay.
He ditches them. He leaves them at the hotel to go get some info from Peter Boyle.
Yeah,
who says something. I don't even fucking know.
He used to be a cop. We were talking about this when we were watching it. Like after this scene or the next one, I just went. Every time they try to tell me what's going on in this movie, I just check out.
Yeah, I just started looking around, just like, oh, that drywall looks cool.
They're like, so and so is so and so, and I'm like, boy.
Yeah, they start talking about characters that we haven't met, that we have no way to draw any kind of connection to them, and they're eating pizza out of a pizza machine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was totally like, God, I wonder what Jay-Z and Beyonce do on Labor Day.
Yeah. It's like, why isn't Rosario Dawson in front of me right now? Do you guys not know where the money is in this film?
Right.
There's also a really stupidly expensive shot that was done. The only way I can figure, they did reverse footage, but they also used magnets.
Oh, for the pool balls?
For the pool balls.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this movie's full of this shit. It's like, oh, that was there's a fucking $750,000 setup for no fucking reason.
Neat. Some of this stuff to me reminds me of like Back to the Future 2. Like it's showcasing silly stuff poorly.
Yeah.
Whereas Back to the Future is phenomenal. Back to the Future 2, the first one's just okay. I wonder if they're trying to capture some of that coolness that Back to the Future 2 had. Like, oh, dude, hoverbirds. We got to have something like a hoverboard in it. Like, I want a future pool table.
Yeah.
And nobody actually wants a future pool table.
No. And there's also that, and that they're doing this, like, flexing of the muscles filmmaking-wise. Like, later on when Eddie Murphy's touching himself and they're doing laps, like, it's not split screen.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, neat. You've already done this 20 times, by the way. And
right.
2, it sucks.
It's you, Eddie Murphy. We'll get into that here in a minute because I want to go on a tirade about that shit. Anyway, so he finds out who Joey Pants' boss is, that it's this Rex guy and blah, 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 blah. And then he's got to go to there's a doctor, a cloning doctor that's also like a fucking digital plastic surgeon that knows more about who this guy is.
I guess. She's obviously not doing well because all of her shirts and her pants had holes in them.
She was dressed like a fucking cowboy. Like, yeah, they were like those were
like
tailored,
Roy Rogers.
Yeah, those were tailored empty spaces in her cowboy suit.
Roy Rogers with cleavage. Hot.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Okay, so they go and visit him and Rosario Dawson. They pretend that they're this couple that are trying to put some spice back in their marriage, so they got to get new butts and new muscles, because I guess you can digitize muscles in the future. And be
sure.
Like what's the muscle guy? The Venice Beach? Is that what she called the package? The Venice Beach package?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Well, I wonder what the cost would be. I mean, it depends, obviously, but
yeah,
if it's affordable, hell yeah, man.
Just go in there and get your dream body.
I'd go with the Olympian, like
sure.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I'd go with the 14-inch Bic.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. But to be honest, you're right. I can't put this in a vagina. It's too big. But I can swing it around. Look at this. Whoop-de-doo. Look at my giant pee-pee.
I'm gonna hit you in the eye with it now.
Yep. Who wants to get slapped with a salami? Whap!
I hopefully in the future this type of surgery is like super affordable, because some of it I would just do for comedy. Like I would just go in and get the Chewbacca at some point and be like, "Hey, it's me, guys."
Yeah, no, I'd be doing Singing in the Rain, and instead of twirling my crane, I'd be using my own giant penis.
Right, but you'd have to switch it up every now and then. You'd have to come up with like, oh hey, it's April Fools, it's me, Dave Thomas.
Yep, I'm not your wife that you just had sex with. Joke's on you. It's your friend Steve. Ha ha ha!
Oh my god! Best April Fool's joke ever.
You're never gonna speak to me again, are you?
Yeah, I need science to not go there.
Okay. All right. Touché, Sam. Okay, so eventually they get the info from the doctor by duping her into thinking that they're the cops, to reveal that at one point she met a guy who had a briefcase that had the initials WZW on it.
Sure.
Okay, you met a guy that had a briefcase. Cool, I guess mystery solved.
Samsonite.
Hey, it was made out of alligator skin.
So what?
Yeah.
Because that's fancy shit, Justin.
Oh, he had a briefcase made of alligator skin. Well, I'm glad you met a guy who had a briefcase made of alligator skin. Could you tell us who is the bad guy in this film?
So the man is from Florida.
Right? Don't shoot the hurricane. Hopefully we have a Florida in 2 days because it's the past. It's Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be dicey.
Well, you feel like a fucking prick.
Oh, I hope all of our friends, like Martini Shark, is going to be fine. Everybody else that's shooting at the hurricane, though, go ahead.
Everybody else
blow the hell out of
Brad's shooting at the hurricane.
No, Brad wouldn't do that. But everybody else that shoots at the hurricane, just, you know what? Ignore the warnings. The people that say don't shoot at the hurricane, man, blow the hell out of that thing. You just go to shit. Because I heard that the bullets come back. So, you know, a little culling of the
you hate people from Florida?
That shoot at hurricanes, yeah.
You're a monster.
What are you doing shooting at a hurricane? Anyways, I wish Pluto Nash would shoot at a goddamn hurricane.
I was drunk enough on moonshine, I'd shoot at the hurricane.
And then you would get shot.
Well, here's the thing. You're drunk.
Right.
Your fucking trailer's getting blown over by the thing anyway.
Right.
You got all this ammunition that's going to end up in the dirt. You may as well throw a few at the hurricane. Why not? You're at the party. You may as well dance.
There you go. God damn it. Okay.
I try to knife it. I just go up to him and be like, yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, let's shoot this hurricane. And Jackie comes out with a helmet and a bayonet. Like, what are you? Charge!
Well, at least I got a helmet on for safety so that if like a random piece of wood doesn't hit me in the face.
Somebody else is out there with brass knuckles. All right, Hurricane Dorian, you and me, toe to toe. I don't know why Floridians are suddenly Italian.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You didn't see anything.
Any spooky ghosts in this hurricane?
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay, all right, let's fight then. All right, so anyways, they go back to the motel. His mother's there, who is Pam Grier. I don't know why she's involved in this movie at all because her character does literally nothing.
Well, she looks fabulous.
Yeah, well, it's Pam Grier, but I mean, like, hey, let's get Pam Grier in for just this. I mean, no, don't leave. You leave Pammy alone. You don't make her be in this. How dare you, sir? Also an American treasure.
And to be, you know that she had to be desperate. Maybe she needed a new car or something.
Pam Grier is not desperate, dude. She is.
No, like, I don't know. Maybe she was like, oh, I've got another grandkid coming. I need to put some money into a college fund. Sure, I'll do this.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Because it's got to be humiliating to be like, yeah, I'm playing Eddie Murphy's mom.
I was in Pluto Nash.
Yeah.
She's like, what did you do, Alec? And he's like, I took my name off. And she's like, why the fuck didn't I do that?
You should have told me.
Why didn't you tell
do
me?
that? That was a thing you can do.
You can do that?
Damn it. Ah. Okay, so she's there. But so are the hitmen. The hitmen are back. I don't know how they found this motel. They get in. Bruno, Pluto, and team, they escape with the help of Mom, I guess. She shoots some guys in the back, but whatever. And then she's done. Like, oh, okay, we got away. We're going to go over here now. Bye, Mom.
Yep.
Thanks
for showing up for 2 days. You only needed to be here for 1, but this shit's not getting shot very fast, so you're probably here for 3.
And then immediately we followed up with another credit with they steal a Chrysler and the self-driving Tesla AI brain has the face of John Cleese.
John Cleese is the butler car.
The butler driver, yes.
This is a nice car.
No, it's not.
It looks like shit, Jack.
It looks like a piece of shit.
It has champagne and caviar. You know what? After 2 or 3 bottles of champagne, do you really give a shit what the inside looks like? You're just going to harp fish eggs everywhere.
I don't think that's the Chrysler's doing that there's champagne and caviar in there. I don't think Chrysler's like Lee Iacocca's like, complimentary champagne and caviar with every purchase of new Chrysler. He was like, no, I make K cars.
Yeah, you can't put champagne and caviar in the back of a Geo, though, so Jackie's partially right.
Take that. Geostorm.
This is my complimentary champagne and caviar is actually just Schlitz ice and salmon eggs for fishing. That's what you get when you buy a Chrysler.
Again, you're at the party, just dance.
Okay. They drive across the moon, I guess, to some warehouse that Pluto has where he keeps his smuggling stuff that's like cool stuff. And it's like his Batcave, too.
And he's got a robot made that drops things and then bends over with sexy underwear on.
So you can see her butt or her
Oops.
crotch. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we get some robot-on-robot sexual assault.
Bruno is a horny motherfucker. Like, really out of control, randy as shit.
Yeah.
Like, gross. And he doesn't even have a dick.
No, I guess they can plug into each other, though, if they're the right wattage, as we find out later.
So, like, is that, like, a side effect of being a future robot, or is that, like, part of the... It's not a bug, it's a feature?
That was part of the...
They built that in?
That was part of the shitheadness that the designers did. Like, we'll give you a little stick.
Ooh, just to be a dick to robots?
Yeah,
and the ladies are like, what? The lady robots have vaginas on their sides, and you can't put one dick on this robot?
How do you know
the fuck?
How do you know the ladies got vaginas on their sides?
No, if men built robots, there'd be so many vaginas on it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It would basically just be a ball that would like look like a golf ball of vaginas. That's the first like successful robot built by men.
You just made me sick to my stomach. That sounds so gross looking.
And I'm pretty sure that all of the female robots with the short hair, they're all sex bots.
Yeah, well, I think all of the bots are sex bots, but all of the female robots that look like that they're not. There's also a slot machine that's a robot later that's horny, but the ladies that have that short hair aren't horny. They're not like seeking out the sex, but it does seem like they are sex bots, like pleasure models specifically.
Yeah, there's one lady playing all of the same sex robot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they do some computer stuff and realize that WZW is not WZW, it's MZM, and that it's this guy
that doesn't want to be in the movie.
Doesn't want to be in the movie named Alec Baldwin.
And he pushes somebody down the stairs, and it's super funny.
It's super
The
funny.
movie becomes funny for about 30 seconds.
Because then his lawyer's like, oh, well, come on. After they push him down the stairs.
Yeah. Peter Boyle gets shot in the ass and then
dies
from
it.
Yeah. Because he found out about
Roid
Alec
rage?
Baldwin type thing.
Yeah.
So the mob put a hit out on Peter Boyle, and now the mob is back at Pluto's hidden warehouse base that they know about, and they're going to explode it with a rocket.
Well, step one. If you want to have a secret base, don't turn on the fucking stadium lights outside of it.
Yeah, not a good idea.
That's probably, pretty good indicator that somebody is there.
Hey, there's a secret base with stadium lights on it.
It seems like you wouldn't have it above ground.
That too? That's a good call.
At all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
What is it? Regolith? Spreads easily?
That's what the moon dust is called?
Yeah, regolith. This is not hidden at all.
Yeah,
No.
well, and it's weird because there's a frozen chihuahua in it.
It's disturbing. I did not like that part.
Yeah, the frozen dog was weird, and freaked me out.
Yeah,
and they just kept bringing it out throughout this whole sequence, and I'm like...
It's wrapped in cellophane and cryogenically frozen, and Rosario Dawson's like, what's this? And Pluto Nash is like, oh, well, I'm going to hang on to it. Don't touch that, but I'm going to make like 10 minutes worth of jokes while holding this frozen dog. So it's going to thaw out. And then when the base gets exploded, one of the guys catches the frozen dog, and the cellophane has come off of it. That dog is dead for comedy's sake.
Nope.
Good call, guys.
They used a living animal as a rubber chicken.
Yep.
Except it's not really a living animal. It was a very bad prop.
Oh, yeah. It was
Definitely
terrible.
didn't look like a real dog.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
A rubber chicken would have been funny.
A rubber chicken would have been funny. I might have got a kick out of that. So they get into some of this anti-gravity shootout. They get away. They get in the Chrysler, which ends up with a space car chase that's not exciting or interesting.
Well, it's pretty hard to have an exciting car chase when one of the cars is a Chrysler and the other one is a Winnebago.
Yeah, Space Widow.
You're saying that, but I'm telling you they're both toasters and one of them's green.
Touche. So they get away by jumping over a canyon. And I guess the Winnebago can't jump over a canyon, even though the moon has
any amount of
very little gravity.
You wouldn't take much to jump over this canyon with anything.
Like I could take
on
a running
foot,
jump at it.
Yeah, on foot, you probably make it.
I would trip and then just float out into space. Because that's my thing.
They like ignore lunar gravity except a couple times and then only for a couple minutes, and it looks dumb as shit.
It does look dumb as shit. So they land on the other side. The car blows up, and so Joey Pants thinks that they're dead. Like, hey, we got them. All right, cool, they're dead. But they aren't dead. They walked away from the explosion car and then proceeded to run out of air on the surface, and Bruno ran out of battery juice. So they're stranded and passed out.
And brain dead.
And dead. Or maybe just dead.
I'm thinking that they're slowly... just their organs and shit are just shutting down.
Shutting down, all of it. Yeah. No, they're dead. They're dead.
They're suffocated.
They fucking died.
They died.
What the fuck, man?
They're dead.
They're dead.
And they had to drag the robot down with them.
Well, I mean, you could just plug him back in. He's fine. But you can't plug in some... Well, I mean, plug in a Rosario Dawson if you know.
I'd try. They told me I'm not allowed to come within 500 feet now.
I'm just trying to charge you up.
I was like, I just need to plug into that, officer. Excuse me.
Excuse me. I like that you're suddenly polite.
I've always been polite.
Excuse me. Pardon.
Yes. One side, I am trying to plug into that woman.
Okay. All right. So guess who shows up? It's Luis Guzman in also a motorhome. And he's like, holy crap, there's some people that are dead right there. I'll put them inside. And they wake up. And
he gives them oxygen.
Yeah.
Restarts them.
Yeah, I guess that's how death works. Anyways, he knows who that Pluto is.
Everybody knows who Pluto is in the movie by now.
Big fan. He's a big fan.
Except her. She knew who he was. Everybody in this movie knows who he is.
He does.
Yeah.
They know his name, but they don't know what he looks like.
Or, yeah, right.
Because they're always like, you're Pluto Nash?
Oh, I love you, man. I had no idea you were black, though. Maybe I'll rethink this. Because, people are racist in the future.
On the moon.
It's little America, It's
all,
not me that's saying that. Jesus Christ.
We're all gray in the dust of the moon. In the darkness and the cold.
I believe we learned that from, what you got in there? Magma? What movie was that? Magma movie.
Volcano,
yeah.
Oh, right, the end.
Yeah, the end of Volcano is
when everybody's got ash
We're
face.
all the same color when we get exploded by a volcano. Yep, volcanoes aren't racist. You're right.
They'll kill anyone.
Volcanoes aren't racist. We should all aspire to be more like volcanoes.
I tried with Rosario Dawson, again with the restraining order.
You just weren't able to erupt?
Yep, exactly.
No, the police tackle me well before I can get there.
Okay, so he offers to give him a ride to Moon Beach, which is where the casino is that Rex owns currently, and just so happens that Tony Francis, Jay Moore's character, is playing at, headlining.
Yeah, because now he's famous.
Right.
Famous crooner. But I want to ask a very silly question.
Oh,
sure.
Okay. Is there whammies involved?
Well, there could be.
Okay. All right. Let's find out.
Why the hell did they call it Moon Beach? There's no fucking beach on the moon.
It's all a beach.
I thought about that too. Like, is it? I mean, sure, it's supposed to be like the resort side of the moon, but like, why not just be like Moon City? Why does it Moon Beach? Where's the fucking beach?
The craters of our lives.
Yeah.
On the light side, because some people stand in the darkness.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's like Coos Bay, Oregon. Like, oh yeah, where's your fucking bay?
By the dock.
All right, too many whammies. We've now been removed from the set of Press Your Luck.
I am glad that show is back, though. I really do like it.
Jackie does like Press Your Luck. I like the old version. Anyways, so they go and meet with Tony, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll try to get you in, but also, Pluto gets spotted in the lobby, and Bruno's taken away, so now the bad guys are on to them, so everything that Tony tries to plan doesn't matter because they just get nabbed in an elevator.
Well, it's like they can hear inside the elevator, too.
Right.
Because when the doors open in the elevator, they're like, this is not the plan.
Yeah, he finishes his conversation for him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, nice continuity there, buttholes. So does Rosario Dawson and Bruno. They get nabbed too because they bust Bruno out of the coat check place because robots can't be in the casino for some reason.
Well, they can. You just can't break other robots with your robot.
No, because there's other robots in the coat check.
They got caught for sucking people off. They were all pleasure models besides him.
You can't do that in the lobby.
It could be that they had a sign that said, you must check your robot in.
Leave your droids outside. We don't allow their kind.
Exactly.
I'll wait by the door, sir. And then you cut somebody's hand off.
He was wanted in 12 systems.
Lightsaber. I didn't like him either.
Nobody liked him.
His face was gross.
It was.
Gross face. Okay, so anyways. How many Star Wars references have we had today? I mean, it seems like we usually don't make that many for a podcast about movies, but I think we're cramming them quite a bit in today.
I feel like we kind of get one almost every episode.
Oh, do we? We might need a Star Wars reference counter at some point. Running tab on the website. Okay, so Pluto wakes up inside Rex's office and is like, good, I wanted to meet you. This chair slowly spins around to reveal it's not fucking Alec Baldwin.
It's not a chair. The entire desk area turns around.
Cool, whatever.
So, it's like really showboating here.
Yeah, because they needed to spend $750,000 on this shot by making a giant Lazy Susan rotating set rather than just spinning a fucking chair around.
That's right. Well, and it pays off later. When, they have the aerial shot of a dead body in there and the thing's turning around.
Okay. Could have done that with a jib.
Yeah, right. Anyways, it's not Alec Baldwin. It's a fucking clump. He's done it again.
Yep.
Eddie Murphy is now playing the role of the good guy and the villain once again.
Because when he had his pancreas removed, they cloned him.
No, that's not why, Jackie. That's totally not why. It might be because Eddie Murphy has a giant fucking maniac ego at this point in time and thought, I have to be both roles. That's just my thing. That's what I do. One Eddie Murphy is not enough.
No.
In any of my movies, usually I'm like 6 Eddie Murphys.
Yeah. He's really toned it down in this one because he's only 2 Eddie Murphys.
Right, yeah.
Whereas recently, before this, he's as many as 6 Eddie Murphys.
He's 6 Eddie Murphys. Coming to America, he was 3 Eddie Murphys.
Yeah. Christmas with the Clumps, he's like 8 Eddie Murphys.
Well, even the Nutty Professor, he was like
that's
5.
Where the Clumps are.
Yeah, I know.
That's like the Clumps 3 or whatever.
Wasn't he like 3 Eddie Murphys in Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah.
He's too many Eddie Murphys.
Well,
what is the deal behind this?
Because our dumbasses paid money to see all the Eddie Murphys, and he's like, apparently they want 100 Eddie Murphys, and the movie execs are like, apparently they do. Here's 100 Eddie Murphys.
Do it again.
Do it again.
So it's our own fault.
It's our own fault.
His fault.
Because I hated those movies.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, no, the movie poster comes out and it just says 10 Eddie Murphys, and we all were like, take our money. Take our money for all the Eddie Murphys, please.
Is there a per ticket price per Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, I'll pay extra for more Eddie Murphys.
And I want that cut from Pizza Hut.
Yeah. I hope it's shaped like Eddie Murphy.
Can there be two Eddie Murphys at least? I mean, can I have 10 Eddie Murphys on the cup?
All right, then. Just give me 10 cups.
He shoots his own guys because these like idiots, this Joey Pants guy and his albino friend die. And then Pluto Nash gets in a fight with Rex. And there's the mix-up because they're wearing the same clothes and nobody can tell who's who. And they're like, shoot him. No, shoot him. I'm me. Don't shoot me. Shoot him.
They go into this whole thing. And then, again, there's this, like, touching and stuff like, compositing in film is early with computer compositing. But now that it's been done 100 times, it's not hard. But this is, like, the filmmaking jacking off on the viewer, like, they're spinning around in circles. Like, look how not split screen it is.
Yeah.
But this is the 30th time we've seen it by now, so just fucking knock it off.
Come on, guys, dude, Jurassic Park. Did we get visual effects?
Yeah.
It was fucking 10 years before this movie. We've seen visual effects. We get it. We know what good visual effects look like. Fuck off.
Do we?
Also,
Jurassic Park? Dude, watch it again. Watch Jurassic Park today and be like, God damn, those dinosaurs look fucking great.
So I saw this thing on the Facebook, and it was the new attraction at Jurassic Park, right? Where, the blue dinosaur, right, from the new, the reboot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of animatronic, right? And it's kind of back there. And then the guy's like, go ahead and take your picture. And then it walks up and like chomps people. It's the funniest fucking thing ever.
That I went to that, Jackie. You were at the same amusement park called Universal Studios. Oh, you didn't go down to...
I didn't go down to it.
Yeah, no, Blue is down there. He's too big because he's a man in a suit. He's too big, but he looks fucking cool. And also Megatron was down there next to him. It's pretty cool. Universal Studios rules!
Yeah, I thought that was quite funny.
I just wish they'd stop making shitty movies.
It's the dinosaurs.
Except for they did win the Oscar last year.
Dinosaurs.
Okay, all right.
Just thought we ripped that song out again.
Yep.
Because Sam worked really hard on it.
Yeah, sure.
we don't have to worry about the dinosaurs being gone. Because they've taken to the skies and they're all around us now, the birds! That's what a Man and a Dinosaur show did one time.
Whammy!
That was there.
Oh my God, that was terrible. Whammy.
They did that at the end of the dinosaur show and people clapped. I was like, that's horse shit. I also took a person to a date to a kids show on accident. Like halfway through, I'm like, I got free tickets to this thing. You want to go? And she's like, I guess. And she has this look in her eyes like that I realized halfway through. She's like, why is this asshole taking me to a kids show? And I'm like, this is a children's show. She's like, you didn't know that? And I was like, I'm sorry.
Did you guys go out again?
No.
I don't think I would have either.
Oh, yeah, no. It was
I would have been like pedophile, weirdo, dude.
Too bad because she was hot.
He got whammied on his own date.
I do that.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're almost done with this fucking movie. They get in a fight, and he's like, shoot him, and he shoots his own robot and be like, would a guy shoot his own robot that wasn't a bad guy? And so they plug the bad guy, Rex, but he's wearing a vest, and he gets up, and then Eddie Murphy just fucks and chucks his ass out a window, and he dies.
Yeah.
On the craps table.
Yeah.
Crapped out. That's what they said. Yep. Looks like he crapped out. Not nearly as bad as the joke did.
And our budget. Later, Pluto has rebuilt the club. Rosario Dawson's character is headlining, singing. It is not Rosario Dawson singing. Jay Moore got to sing, but she didn't.
Yeah.
And
or she's just like got so much reverb that who fucking knows.
Yeah, I don't think it was her. And then Bruno, the robot, is made the manager of the nightclub, and that's the end of the movie.
Thank God.
Thank God.
We watch these movies that are like 2 hours long or 3 hours long, or even like Cloud Atlas is 1,000,000 hours long, but It doesn't seem like that.
Or Convoy's extended cut, 3.5 hours.
This shit is only 90 minutes, and it seemed like it was 10 hours long.
Yeah, I've got some theories about that as well that we'll get to after opening questions. Why don't we do opening questions, though? Anybody got anything? Because I don't care.
Yeah, well, do you think he's going to try multiple Eddie Murphys again?
If his comeback happens?
Yeah.
Let's ask what this comeback is that you're talking about, because I know he's hosting Saturday Night Live in December, for the first time in 35 years that he's been on the show. And then supposedly Axel Foley 4 is in some sort of conceptual realm of
sure and
stuff. But what else are you talking about?
I don't know, but like if Axel Foley 4 works, he gets a comeback. Are we going to see multiple Eddie Murphys?
Well, we know that he's giving advice to Will Smith because Will Smith has a new movie coming out that there's two of him.
The young Will Smith and the old Will Smith. Yeah. That looks
so
terrible.
I think that he was like, all right, you do it first, and then if it works out,
warm
for
everybody
you,
back up to the idea.
Yeah, and then I'll come out and do it too.
And then Mike Myers will come back. And he'll do
right?
10 Mike Myerses.
Yeah. And then they'll all be in one, like a magnificent 72 guys.
They can be on one set, and then Randy Quaid will build a bomb that works. I'm going to give Eddie Murphy a bit of a compliment. I saw him. The man is not aging at all.
No, he's a robot. He also a robot.
Look, it's not that he hasn't aged in the last 10 years. He's looked 26 his entire fucking life.
He has. That's kind of his thing. It's really weird. I'll give him a compliment. Raw is fucking hilarious.
Raw is really funny.
Raw is really goddamn good.
He's a funny guy.
It's just his movies stink.
His ego got too big.
Mm-hmm.
He Tom Cruised.
Yeah, he Tom Cruised himself.
He flew too close to the Top Gun.
Yeah.
And his wings burnt off.
Jackie?
Well,
so yes, he's gonna do it again.
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try it.
The plot of Axel Foley 4 is basically the same plot as Double Impact,
or this movie that we just watched,
except for the Axel Foley's brother, his twin brother that he didn't know existed. He was separated at birth, and it's Axel Foley in Hong Kong, and Axel Foley twin is Special Branch. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, that is 100% true because I just wrote the entire movie. I'm probably more down the getting the movie written than they are because right now they haven't written shit because it's like, well, let's see how the Saturday Night Live thing goes first.
Is Judge Reinhold still alive?
No, I think he died just recently,
like
in the last 6 months. It's really weird that you bring that up.
Huh. What did he die of? He wasn't an old guy.
Probably cancer. I mean,
everybody dies of cancer.
It's killing everybody, dude. He probably shot at a hurricane.
He shot himself at a hurricane out of a cannon. Actually, what it says here is that last year, in fact, he shot himself out of a cannon at a hurricane, but he survived.
Oh,
because he's still alive.
Oh, he is still alive. Okay.
Yeah, so we get Judge Reinhold.
Maybe the other guy died.
The other guy did die.
Okay, all right.
And that's been a few years.
Okay. Jackie, questions?
No,
me neither.
I just kind of burned him as we went. This movie.
Was there questions?
Is Bruno gonna do a good job managing? No. Who fucking cares?
You just don't give a shit about any of these people.
Which leads me into final recommendations, and I will start, and I agree with Jackie. And here it is also a question. This movie is Love Guru bad, but not in the same way. Love Guru, I hated. I absolutely hated. It was a miserable, angry experience that I wanted to light things on fire, even if they were myself. This I just didn't fucking care about. I have never felt so dispassionate about a film that I can think of.
There was minor confusion on the front end, but it just led to malaise.
Malaise is a very
You're full of big words today.
Yeah, it's the wine.
Yeah,
makes him very
makes him classy.
Yeah, makes him very Socratic.
I'm
nice try, sucker.
I'm worldly
Socratic
right now.
is a fucking word, Jackie.
No, it's not.
Okay, you have a doctorate. God damn it.
Sometimes I just like to argue with you to see you get flared up like a rooster.
Yeah, so you're trying to make me feel You're trying to make me feel anything now that Pluto Nash has made me feel nothing.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to save your soul.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Sam?
It's his movie. I get to go next.
Oh,
yep, that's right.
Breaking the rules. Jackie?
All right, there we go. So I'm going to say do not. I thought it was a worthless pile of shit.
It's a worthless pile of shit.
And it's not. You're exactly right. You just don't feel anything.
It's not that you hate,
you don't hate it.
You can't get angry at it.
You just don't fucking care.
You just don't fucking care.
And when you get to that point with a movie, most of the time I am so drunk when I'm watching something like this that I'm like, I don't know.
Would it be a good do if you had insomnia?
No.
Okay, God damn it.
Too many. He screams too much.
He screams too much. Shit. Sam?
I'm always the one that'll say do because of its significance and that it lost the most money or whatever. These movies are like, well, there's a caveat that you must do it because of these reasons.
Because of Monster A Go-Go.
In all of these reasons, this has a million reasons why I should do it. And I can't because it's too fucking boring. Don't watch it.
Yeah,
it sucks.
That's 3 don'ts from us, and even from its historical. I agree with you. It's just know that it exists.
Yeah,
just know that our jokes were our whammy jokes were funnier than this movie.
Oh yeah,
dude, fucking your dog dying is funnier than this movie. Your mom getting hit by a car is funnier than this movie.
I think my mom is fucking awesome. Don't say that.
It's still funnier than this movie. That's how unfunny this movie is. Your head coming off when you slip on a banana. Well, no, that's just good comedy.
Well, that might be
Of course, that's hilarious.
Stacy getting hit by the car in Wayne's World is funny.
Right, that's true. Okay.
that is funny.
Yeah, I guess I can't think of anything as unfunny as this movie. So there you go. 3 do nots. We do not have any streaming do's and don'ts this week, but we probably will for the next episode because it's Labor Day, and so we'll probably just watch movies tomorrow because we'll all be hungover from 4 days in a row of drinking.
4? I've only had 3.
Well,
I started Thursday. Fuck.
Nice. I had to sleep on Thursday.
I work from home, dude. I don't even put on pants.
I forced myself to shower yesterday because I was like, it's been 2 days of drunkenness.
Honey, I'm making breakfast. Can you run out and get some vodka? That's how our house works.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, we're out of supplies. Somebody's got to leave the house. We need smokes and vodka.
All right, so next week is Jackie's pick. Jackie, would you like to announce?
Oh, we're going to do... That was my boogaloo. Electric Boogaloo.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
The famed Cannon movie.
I like Cannon films.
Cannon movies. We haven't done a Cannon film in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about it. I have not seen this before.
None of us have, surprisingly.
But I like the singing and dancing movies. They usually have pretty good costumes, and everybody knows I love the Apple, right?
Right.
And I am super stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's currently streaming on Amazon Prime. I don't think it's going to be there for very long because Electric Boogaloo, this is the first time I've seen Electric Boogaloo Breaking 2 on any of the streamings. So be sure to watch it this week. You don't want to miss it if they take it off. So
now go out and stab those tornadoes.
Yep, stab a tornado and get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening and get to the chopper.